What is up, YouTube? Today, we are gonna go to the gym and hit some chest. Dude, I just took some freaking pre. I'm ready to go hit the gym. I am ready to go hit thine gym. Get some gains. Promise next video I'll do a leg video, which would be next week on Saturday after. Yeah, whatever. Bro, I'm ready to hit the fucking gym. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Fucking failed that shit miserably, bro. You know what? I'm not gonna let that discourage me though. Gonna keep fucking. I'm gonna get this fucking pump. Gonna get this fucking pump. For one, better to try than to never try. Number two, now I know how close I am to getting that fucking PR. Fuck. About halfway there. Okay. Give me 2 weeks, and that shit is mine. Number two, we're gonna get a fucking chest bump. It is chest day. It's 70 degrees out. Come on. It is peak weather, peak fucking day. No school tomorrow, bro. I am fucking happy. I am happy, okay? Number four, we're gonna get this damn pump. We're gonna get this fucking pump. We're gonna get this pump.
Ultra Bass.
What is up, YouTube? It's currently Sunday. It's about 3 days after I hit last. 3 days after I failed that damn PR. But besides that, pump, it was actually not a bad pump. It was actually pretty good. Do I recommend, chasing the pump after you fail PR? Probably not. Risk of injury, probably gonna increase, but what you gotta do, right? Anyways. Oh, you can't really see that, but it says how to get big, basics. How to get big, how to gain muscle, basics. This is the base of what you should know. Step number 1, you gotta do more of what you're doing now. Sleep, okay? Let's say sleep. Food, okay. What else? Oh yeah, water. Let's see. Sleep, food, water. What else? Intensity. Yeah. You gotta multiply that by double or more. Okay, what you're doing now, you gotta do more of. So let's say your maintenance, let's say 3,000 to 3,500 calories of maintenance. Calorie surplus. Get big. This is how to get big, okay? Not how to get lean muscle necessarily, but how to get big, okay? How to gain muscle, how to get big. Okay, let's say you're like 150 pounds and you're trying to get to 200. And yes, that is pretty much it is kind of like an overstatement of what you're actually going to be able to get. But, some people can do that. I haven't really seen a lot of people who have done it, but, it's possible. But anyways, sleep. Ideally, obviously, I bet you guys have heard this before, 8 to 10 hours, but honestly, I'm more of a 10-hour guy, More sleep, more better, okay? I wanna sim the day, okay? I wanna take out as much of the day as I can, okay? Because I don't want to have to be up and do a lot of stuff, okay? I'm just trying to, hit the gym, do whatever, do the bear. I'm trying to, like I was saying, more sleep. What about the food? Okay, ideally, to get bigger, you gotta increase the amount of calories, okay? You gotta increase the amount of calories, protein, increase it all, okay? I'm not necessarily saying eat like poop, okay? Eat whatever's in sight, that is a way to necessarily gain weight, but is it the right type of weight that you want to gain, all right? Is it the muscle that you're gaining, or is it the fat that you're gaining? Is it the percentage of fat that's increasing, or is it the percentage of muscle mass that's increasing? That's what you gotta ask yourself for whenever you're consuming your food, all right? Do you want to, at least eat some amount of lean food, keep the calories somewhat low, but also increase the amount of protein, okay? You want to eat more protein on your rest days, okay? Then I'm not necessarily don't eat as much. Well, you want to eat more protein on rest days, eat less carbs on rest days. That's how it goes. That's how you should do it, because you're exercising, you're going to need carbs, okay? You're going to need all that energy for when you work out. Water. Like I said, you guys probably have already heard this before. Body is made up of 70% water. So drink water, hydrate. Make sure you guys are hydrated. Make sure you guys are drinking enough water every single day. Just below a gallon. That might be a little bit of an overstatement, but I don't care. Okay, drink water. Drink as much water as possible. Okay, intensity of the workouts. Now, I think this is kind of important one. Some people, there are 2 ways to train. 2 ways to train in the gym. 1 is to train smart, and 2 is to train hard. If you're not doing either one of those, then you're gonna have a bad workout. Okay, just gonna say that. All right. If you're not training smart, okay, your muscles aren't even getting the amount of intensity, the amount that is needed to essentially start the growthing process, okay, to tear the muscles. You're not using a good technique in order to effectively use the muscle to your advantage. Now, intensity, how hard you're training, okay? How hard you're training, you really can get away with getting gains. You know, it's a little dumb to say, but ego lifting isn't as bad as it may seem. Quote by Manic Mike himself. Ego lifting is not bad as it seems. As long as you're training hard, you're still technically going to gain muscle. Okay? You're technically still going to gain muscle. Will it be as effectively? Probably not, but you're still going to gain muscle. You're going to gain more muscle than the person who just goes to the gym just to go in the gym, right? The person who goes to the gym just to go to the gym they're not smart enough to use the right technique, and two, they don't train hard enough. They're on their phone probably 45 minutes of the whole workout. Maybe they'll do 3-4 exercises, call it a day. All right. You know, they'll do the basics, bench press, probably some incline, and then like pec fly or something. Call it a day. 3 exercises total. You gotta be kidding me. Step 2. How to get big basics. Hold on. Let me just draw a slight picture of what you might need. Right there, you're gonna need that. I'm kidding. Don't actually take steroids. If you're a natural lifter, beginning lifter, you know, probably not a good idea to get to start doing steroids. You are going to gain muscle. If you are a beginner, you're going to gain muscle no matter whether how hard you train or how smart you train. You're going to gain muscle no matter what. Preferably, you should probably just train hard because you're going to learn the technique as you go, as you train more and more. And as you get more experience in the gym, you're going to learn how to manipulate machines, how to manipulate some exercises to your liking. And then they'll check off one of the steps, and then you'll be good. Okay, you'll be good. You'll be training hard, and you'll be using the right technique in order to use the right muscles to gain the right efficiency and to promote muscle growth. Okay, and before you even think about taking steroids, you should be doing that. Okay, increasing your sleep, food, water, intensity. Okay, increase it all. All right, and then you'll obviously around 2 to 2.5 years of training, you should be like that. That's your like newbie gains essentially. Now, that may seem like a long time, but really, I've been training for 2.5 years so far, and it's worked out pretty good for me so far. So, yeah. Now, we'll talk about the intermediate level later, maybe in a future video. We'll talk about it later. But just want to get down to the basics. Okay, if you guys ever want to go to the gym, ever want to gain muscle, this is the way to go. Honestly, what are my opinions about cutting and bulking while you're in like your beginner stages of your lifting career, whatever? Do what you want to do. Okay, I recommend you guys bulk, but bulk until like, let's say you've been training for like maybe 5 or 4, I'd say even like 3.5 to like 4.5 years. Let's say you've been training for pretty hard and you've gained some experience in the gym. I'd say those are the things that you can start focusing on your physique, whether or not you want to bulk or cut. But for like beginners, I'd say like when I started cutting, was it last summer? Yeah, when I cutted last summer, I was 165 pounds, but I was lean. What are my opinions of it? I'd say if you really want to gain muscle, okay, and you really want to gain lean muscle, and you just overall want to get big, bulk. Okay, bulk for your first 2 to maybe even 3 years. If you're a beginner, bulk. Okay, because I highly recommend you guys do that. Okay, don't rush into anything. Don't try and get like super lean. Okay, set a good foundation for your body, and so then when you do go to cut, you know, you'll look better. You look more lean. You'll look overall just better whenever you set that foundation from all those years of bulking. Then you can start cutting, and then you know you can shave off all that fat, and your physique's gonna shine the best. Would I say do what I did, start cutting like 2 years in? I mean, I did it. I low-key kind of regret it because like at the time I was benching, I could even bench like 205. I could barely bench 205. So, you know, you're gonna lose some strength. And especially if you're like in high school and you do like other sports too, I highly recommend you don't do what I did. You know, so just if you're into like sports at your high school or college or whatever, bulk. Okay, you want to get done with all those extracurriculars. So then when you do get done with it, you can go and start cutting down, and you know you won't have to worry about running or any of the other stuff, losing strength and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just say you can do it on your own time, stuff like that. So honestly, I'd say it's better to bulk for your first like 3 years and then cut, or you know just do your own thing. You know, it is the gym after all. Okay, do what makes you happy. All right, because this is what we're all here for. Right? You're trying to get experience in the gym and then install it in your daily life and stuff like that. Okay, so that's pretty much all I want to talk about. Okay, next video we'll probably talk a little bit more Matthew. You know. Yeah. Oh, by the way, track season, or not track season, our first track meet is on Friday, so gonna have to work around that kind of. And I did say that the next video would be leg day, so and my leg day's on Saturday, so I mean we'll see. I don't know, maybe I'll record like earlier this week, maybe even tomorrow. You guys might get a second chest day for like 2 weeks, bro. 2 chest days in a row. Or, oh, actually, I mean, I could record my arm day on Wednesday. And then I might do that. You guys might get an arm day, you know. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to understand. Until next time, bye bye.